Morning guys, Hollywood Hills here, chilling by the pool because it was an absolutely stonking weekend. Very successful weekend. The opening round of the T-Bone National Enduro Championships at Harder Beer Sport. 96 whippersnappers across all categories, that's 50cc, 65s, 85 junior and senior, and the 125 high schools. Absolutely huge. I don't even think Graham Hedgecock could believe his luck. You know, they've kind of got a break-even figure. They topped the charts on that one, and that just means they're off to a real good start. Remember last year they started out down in Cape Town, small numbers, and they gradually rose and got some good numbers. I think Heidelberg was probably their top out number because Joburg has a real big junior contingent, and that showed. So the guys from the Viking Enduro Club, they were hosting us there at ADA, a really good venue. Tight, very challenging track, but that's the whole ethos of this process. A lot of the junior tours cater for the flat out high speed stuff like the GXCCs. EWXC has a junior lap, but they make it extremely easy for the kids, and this is not easy by far. There were some real good standout rides. Little Brad got a good job done in the 50cc's, riding out of the whole shot Husqvarna squad. He's a rider on the up as well. He had some problems at the last round of the GXCC's, but no problems with his machine this time around. So little Brad Clark got his second win of the year to back up his first win in the opening round of the EWXC's. Little Mackenzie Bam now riding on the junior Rad Moto squad. She was on the podium there as well, so she did a real nice ride along with Hanyu de Kock. The rest of the riders, the standouts for me, I'm not going to tag every single rider throughout, but one of the standout rides for me was Armand Fourie. Fourie's had a little bit of an up and down last couple of seasons, but he's really put in his training. He looks like he's in really good physical condition. Also, stepping out of Rad and into the Vikings Enduro squad, seems to have really found his place and his home there and his confidence, and he walked away with a big win, beating out Matty Wilson, who is in the form of his life as well. So that's a huge story. Deval Duplessis, also riding out of the Rad Motos junior squad, he made it onto the box, and the kid who, I think he's definitely around the corner for a 125 step up very soon. He really found the technical nature of the track to his liking. Demal did say that he got the lucky hole shot because they had a random gate pick and he was first out, so it did assist him because there were a couple of bottlenecks out there. There's a lot of riders and it got a little bit skinny on a couple of sections of the track, but on the whole, very good feedback. Mr. 125, Ryan Peltzer, gets himself back onto the top of the box as well. He's been a little bit beaten up. He took a beating at the first round of the GXCCs. He got a beating at the first round of the EWXCs. So he's got himself back on point. I knew he would. Just had to bounce back. So yeah, now he's going to be able to defend that Mr. 125 title and crown. But the race and the event was an absolutely huge success. Well done to Graham Hedgecock. Well done to the T-Bone Racing squad and everyone who made the trip out there. I think it's a really good tour. I think it's a really strong initiative. It showed its form last year. Maybe not consistently as far as the numbers go, but I think slowly but surely we are seeing a really strong buy-in and a very good decision to start out the championship racing up in Gauteng. So that was that. Let's move forward with what is coming up and around the corner. This coming weekend, the opening round of the National Senior Off-Road for the bikes and the quads, and that's going to be down at Eshowe for Durban. So it's going to be a very interesting race to see how that's going to be breaking down. I'm not going to be heading down there. Me and the Turbo Mermaid, my wife Kerry, we're going to be heading down a little bit further past Eshowe to the Durban beachfront. We've got the opening round of our triathlon, so it's going to be fun to see what goes down there. But of course, I've got my spies in the crowd, and I will be reporting back to you what goes down there in Eshowe for the National Off-Roads. Now for some breaking news. Boom! A good buddy of ours here at Hollywood Hills, Taki Bodgiorgis, has finally made the big step up to Factory Pro. For many years, he's been supported by his dad. You know, John's been doing an incredible job looking after him. Picked up like a support ride, hookup help from Rad Motos, and Dave Griffin saw the talent there. And he's got a couple of little helping hand sponsors like Red Square and Scott. They've been with him for a very long time. Of course, also with Alpine Stars, that's through Langston's. The situation with Taki now is come about because of Brett Swanepoel's injury. Looks like Brett on the Pepson Plastics factory Liqui-Moly Husqvarna is going to be out for the majority of the season. So a reaction to that, Fast Fred picked up the phone. Who's the next guy? Well, you know, Taki has been in the queue for a long time. He took the last round win of the National Championships at the Atlas Copco Gold 450 at the end of last season. So he showed his form. He was one of the winningest riders on Night X. He started to really find his pace on Enduro. So the deal is He's going to be a fill-in rider for the 2018 season on the Pepsi Plastics Husqvarna Liqui Moly. He's going to be moving up to the OR2 class for the off-roads and the GXCCs. That's where Brett would have been racing. So he'll be joining and lining up with Travis Gielig, and those two are quite a powerhouse pairing, to be honest. It's going to be hard to beat them. They should be squeezing out the podium most of the events that they go to. So he's going to be joining King Kenny. King Kenny will stay up the road racing in the OR1, so he's got a good support structure, and they're all good mates as well. They've been racing together for a very long time. So 2 riders then stay in the OR2s, but it's Swanee out, and that's the 111 out, and the 222 of Taki Boggior just comes in. Funny how that works out. He's also inked a deal to actually fill in for Brett on the national enduros as well as selected enduro, hard enduro and enduro cross events. So not exactly the right fit for Taki, but he is developing and he is starting to become a very decent rock hopper. He's shown that at some of the low felts, as some of the EWXCs, and of course he has raced Night X and a couple of the enduro cross races as well. So, but really the pickup is all about the off-roads and the GXCCs, where we know he's just going to be one of those hard riders to beat. He had spoken to me and told me that he was thinking about making a step up to the OR2s, but hadn't quite decided which bike or what bike was going to be available for him. And this situation really just worked out nicely. He's good buds with Brett, so there's no love lost there. And it's not like he's taken the ride from Brady. Brady just literally cannot ride this season, and he'll obviously probably hang on to his ride going forward into 2019, but that's obviously between himself and Husqvarna. For now, we just high five and big thumbs up to Taki Boggior, making a step up from privateer, signed, inked, factory pro, and welcome to the Pepsi Plastics Factory Husqvarna Liqui Moly squad. He will keep Red Square as his energy sponsor. He's also going to keep Scott Goggles on board as well. So that's very, very cool. And he's going to look like Scott Apparel threw up on him as well, because he's got the same hookup as Heinrich Aust, his little protege rider. So next time you see Taki, he is going to be factory fresh in the lineup. And that's going to be this weekend at Ishawi. So he's literally getting his bikes. I think he's been on them for about 3 days over the weekend. Done a lot of testing. Normally you'd see Taki out there supporting the juniors at the T-Bones, but he had a couple of bikes to get set up. Justin from Shocked Logic, he's going to be spinning the spanners and making sure the bouncy bits work all good on the Husqvarnas. They work good already, but you know how racers are. They like things like quite special for them, you know, like to be looked after. So that's it. That's big news as well, and a nice exclusive. We know that Fred and the guys over at Husky, they're going to be dropping the bomb probably today or tomorrow and doing their announcement. But from Hollywood Hills, very cool to get the phone call from Taki at the end of last week, and very cool to see him take the big step up. So we wish him all the very best of luck, and we'll be keeping an eye on our good buddy to see how his progress goes through the year. For now, we're going to sign off. We say once again big thanks to Polysport. They've come on board. They're always going to give us some incredible product to show off there. Whole Shot. Yeah, those guys are doing an incredible job there. They said since they got signed up with Husqvarna and since they signed up with Hollywood Hills, they've had a real big footprint of people coming through the door, a nice awareness campaign, and that's what we're there for. You know, we're trying to make sure that our friends in the industry stay friends and stay healthy. That's how we all work, hold hands, and keep the wheels turning. For now, I'm going to be signing off. I'll report back after next weekend when I come back from hopefully doing a decent job at the triathlon with Kerry, and also we'll report back on everything that went down at the National Off-Road. For now, all you juniors that were out at T-Bone, great job. Keep up the work. Moms and dads, you're doing a great job behind the scenes, and we'll catch you up next week. Cheers. Also, our friends over at Beta South Africa, that's Cayenne, they've got a load of blowout specials. So if you are in the market for a Beta and you're fancying getting onto one of the red machines that's been rock and rolled around the world by our very own Travis Teasdale, go check out all of the specials that they are doing down at Beta and Cayenne.